Hey, diary. So today I'd like to discuss suicide. Um, I have been just contemplating my non existence only, during really low moments where I feel like the joy that I once felt for life it's gone. I'm going to watch everybody I love die. And I'm not going to have anything to look forward to, at least in regards to what I thought I was going to be looking forward to. Some examples are Forrest and I were going to go to the Grand Canyon. He was going to come with us to Nevis and hike the volcano. He was going to move to New York City and continue school and become a jiu-jitsu instructor. We were going to play music together. I might have known his children, the love of his life, the loves of his life. And none of that is ever going to happen, so I'm uninspired, and I'm just being honest about that. I have my daughter, whom I love very much, and my wife. Like I said, my family, but I'm just saying. This is on a cosmic level. I believe, kind of like the Stoics, that you weren't harmed coming into this world. You won't be harmed leaving it. It's just the people that are left are either inspired or harmed. So when I have a real moment where I realize that I'm not going to have his life in my life. The phone is over there, there's nobody to call. I've got messages for him that I can't deliver. I had a purpose. I don't have a purpose. And it wasn't just Forrest, it was my line, my life, my family. At least my trunk of that tree. Branch. Now there's a branch just hacked off. So, yeah, so what's worse? Suicide or ODing? I I generally used to think that, you're a complete douchebag if you commit suicide. And you're an utter idiot if you die by ODing. Normally because you harm people. You harm your family, you harm your children, you someone has to find you. You don't fulfill your life. So it depends, I suppose, when you kill yourself. Maybe you're 90. You just drink hemlock and you're out. That's maybe different than the guy that I knew who jumped off the Milford Plaza screaming, "I'm sorry," I saw how his family was harmed. So they're both bad. ODing is usually an accident, right? But it's also incredibly foolish because of the risk you're taking. And suicide, at least, is your choice. It isn't a fuck up, it's a decision. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe suicide has more honor in it than death by accidental OD. And what I mean by honor is what the kids in your family will feel. How will they look at your actions? Because kids usually, they don't equivocate. It's a gut thing. And a death by OD is just inexcusably stupid. Some ODs I've been hearing about, though, seem very much at the end of a cycle of self-destruction, that it's the only thing left, that they haven't done. So maybe that's a type of weird suicide. The worst of both worlds. And I think there's a lot of that. Yeah, so, some people have been saying to me, well, what would Forrest want for you? Forrest wouldn't want you to, A or B or X. Forrest doesn't get to decide. Forrest is not relevant to this world. And I'm going to conjecture that nobody dead is, except for the inspiration or wreckage they leave behind. I guess you could leave inspiration through your art, your writing, your example. And Forrest does have, some real credibility in those categories of self-development, but they're kind of erased them. And he was just developing that. He wasn't, a fully fledged anything yet. He was just getting there. And OD and suicide end kind of the same way. I'll have to talk to some parents of suicide victims, not victims, perpetrators.